Let's go, guys. Bang, bang. We got APLD calls last night and talked about it on the YouTube video that we posted yesterday. But most importantly, shout out to all the Discord members who followed that earnings YOLO trade on APLD. It was up over 34% this morning, which is a huge play. Now, most of those contracts were up at the lowest possible price this morning when APLD retraced because of some profit taking. We're still up 250% plus, meaning those contracts were up 350 to 500%. So shout out everybody who followed the APLD trade. Now, I do have some other stocks that I'm going to give you today. First, I want to state that it came all the way up to $39, and I'll leave timestamps down below, guys, but you're going to want to watch all of this in my opinion. First, it came all the way up to 39 bucks. Now it's at 37, building a base at 36. All we wanted for earnings and called for is between 33 and 35, but APLD smashed it, blew it out of the water, and blew out expectations. This is also entering price discovery. There's no one to say that APLD won't continue to climb higher. It has never been trading at these levels. I believe the highest it was at is 34 bucks. So this stock is going to get priced in over the next 3 to 4 months. Now, CoreWeave has gotten some sympathy from this, but also has had its own strength previously. We called out CoreWeave about a week ago, pretty recently, to get a pop higher and come somewhere in this region between 166 and 188, testing all-time highs, and finally and possibly getting a breakout past that. And I still stand by CoreWeave is in a bullish stance on the chart. Trading desk, the trade desk TTD, $54. I like its chart, especially coming into earnings November 6th. I believe and have taken a position on TTD. If you want to know that exact strike price, make sure to be in the Discord server. But there are plenty other reasons why you should be in the server. Trade desk, I believe, is going to climb higher towards its earnings alongside Mara, but I did not take an entry in Mara just yet. Mara has their earnings November 5th, so both of these during that week are going to be huge earnings that I'm watching. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to talk about BlackBerry. Everyone is talking about BlackBerry, and including myself, being one of these short squeeze plays alongside AMC and GameStop and these basket stocks. But the chart is not completely yet, but starting to kind of look interesting and enticing aside from a short squeeze aspect. I mean, look at their recent earnings that this company has been reporting. Absolutely beautiful. And then you look at the most recent one. This company, and again, I didn't do a deep dive here, but things are looking good for BlackBerry alongside the possibility of a short squeeze. This chart is looking pretty damn good. And not even doing any basic charting, you can kind of see a beautiful picture perfect cup and handle pattern forming right here on BlackBerry, possibly setting for another move. Now, I believe that will also set the scene for our other squeeze plays. Yesterday, I said, do not park your money in the video title. What did I mean by that? Well, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, it means you shouldn't have your money necessarily sitting on the sidelines, in my opinion. This is just what I'm doing. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Also, if you didn't see the silver video, make sure to go watch that. This penny stock is popping off. Now, I wanted to talk about this because this is important, right? Everything is breaking. Don't park your money. The crypto fear and greed index is sitting at a 54. The fear and greed index for the market is sitting at neutral. So both are at a neutral point, basically identical. And what this is telling us, matching with that video, is that there is too many investors sitting on the sidelines. And this is not the time to do it. There are too many investors staying neutral while prices are remaining higher. They continue to go higher. They continue to climb, and these investors are going to get left behind. This also leaves room for a euphoric state when these investors decide that, you know what, the market won't stop moving. I'm going to dump my money into it, and then we can enter one final euphoric state for a little bit, in my opinion. I'm just saying, if you are in that chart, it's probably not the best idea to be late. Now, Bitcoin's chart is actually looking pretty good. It came all the way up to 126. We talked about this very recently, where one scenario is we go straight towards 131, or we come and we retest the fib level at 120 before heading to there. And this is the picture perfect chart we have, and I believe that is what we're seeing. If we break below, we'll reevaluate. I think a break below 120 won't be good, but as long as we hold 117, Bitcoin is still looking pretty bullish. And even then, who's to say we get close to that? Right now, things are just cooling off. As far as the market goes, the market, obviously, everyone knows, has remained resilient. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It is troubling to be a bear right now. We got a doji on the market on the bottom. So we got this uptrend. That's beautiful. We got a doji at this top. We didn't get a downtrend. The market just doesn't care. There's plenty of reasons why the SPY can keep running, which is very scary. And there's plenty of reasons why it could fall. But what I can tell you is that big money is allowing retail to sit scared. They're allowing you to sit fearful. They're allowing you to buy in late and then possibly be exit liquidity. At this point, and this is my true outlook, personally, it's going to sound very unorthodox. The SPY, forget about it. These safe ETFs are, in this market, almost useless in my opinion. Playing them up or down, sure, you can scalp a little bit, but even then, it's resilient right now. It's been kind of slow recently, and also the gains in individual stock picks that our community specifically has been entering or covering are far, far better than playing the S&P 500. I just want to put that out there. Now, I'm taking my time with the videos because I have timestamps down below for anyone new to the channel who comes and doesn't want to watch it all. But truly, I believe every piece of this is very important. We also have big banks reporting earnings coming up, which will affect the market. Now, I believe that, you know what, I'll leave my bank opinion for a later video. But Q3 earnings is going to set the stage for how markets are going to move towards the end of the year. So far, we've had resilient markets. They don't care about a thing. But if Q3 earnings don't show out, then we can see a sell-off coming into December, or at least some sort of healthy correction. Speaking of that, major global banks are collaborating on plans to launch joint stablecoin initiative. All of these banks are collaborating, possibly. So that is something to note as well. If you are not in the Discord, and we'll just jump into AMC right now, that is the top link in the description of the video. Make sure to join. We killed it yesterday. The second link under that, custom indicator, add it to your charts. 7 days for completely free. AMC, first, AMC holds HYMC, which is trading at $7.63, which is Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation. Now, we all know what gold and silver have been doing, but Hycroft just announced a dilution. But this is actually interesting for AMC, to say the least. The company originally announced to raise $100 million, but HYMC's offering just got upsized. Hycroft now will offer 23,076,924 shares of common stock at $6.50 per share, and gross proceeds are expected to be about $150 million. The underwriters also have a 30-day option to purchase up to 3.2 million additional shares. The offering is expected to close in 4 days on October 14th. This is pretty interesting because HYMC on a run-up raised $150 million, but they didn't dilute the stock down here and, give it to investors. It wasn't kind of a dick move. HYMC offered investors at $6.50. This is right where the highs are, and HYMC also isn't retracing due to this news. And the fact that it got upsized to $150 million, it means that institutions jumped on it and were willing to pay $6.50. So who did HYMC leave behind, right? Are they leaving investors behind? HYMC is looking very good. And now that you have this strength, balance sheet, and institutional strength, in my opinion, or in their opinion, right? HYMC is likely to make its way into the double digits, possibly $13 plus. What is that looking like from where we're trading at right now? This needs to be reevaluated more, but 73% or so. And that will be very good for AMC, along with the box office. AMC doesn't report earnings till November 10th, so we have 1 month exactly. But HYMC reports on November 5th. So both of these very close. AMC should have a sympathy move moving into HYMC's earnings, I believe, as a front run, and then following that, AMC should report good earnings, in my opinion. GameStop, let's talk about it pretty quickly here. Our plays, GameStop, AMC, we are in a point where it's time to make money on the sidelines while we wait for cycles to be completed. There is and has been fishy things going on with GMEU, the ETF. There's plenty of mechanics keeping GameStop's price down temporarily, but GMEU is on the threshold securities list. Now, this ETF, from my understanding, and if anyone knows, correct me if I'm wrong, this specific one, the mechanics of it state that they need to rebalance on a weekly basis. So they need to rebalance with real GameStop shares. If they're borrowing against it, they got to buy back into the GameStop shares. However, they're on the Reg SHO list, or the threshold securities list. So they failed to deliver, failed to rebalance this ETF. And until that comes off the list, or when that comes off the list, we would see a rally in GameStop's price action because of how hard they've kept it down, utilizing that one strategy. And I believe that is coming in the near term because we are sitting on the Reg SHO or threshold securities list there, and I believe have been for 3 or 4 days. Meaning at most you come out to late October before all of that has to be dealt with, right? That 13-day period prior to that. So we have a short window for a possible run-up. And on top of that, to our 53-day mark, we only have about 15 days, 14, 15 days. So both of those windows lined up with the possible GMEU, and this is just one possibility, having to deliver real shares back to the play. Ultimately, in hindsight, things are looking good. We got the first pop, and then we got the first retracement. It's just going way too slow for our liking, obviously, and this retracement isn't fun. If I had to guess, GameStop is probably in the point where they can buy back the entire flow at the share price we're trading at right now, if I had to guess. I mean, look at Bitcoin all the way up above 120K, and we bought somewhere back here, right? Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching more from value out of the video. I don't want to milk it any longer. I feel like I got what I had to say out to you guys. Shout out to anybody who played APLD. APLD, man, I wish I could just like hug this company. All right, should have cut the video 10 seconds ago. I love you all, guys. God bless. Lottery stocks out. Make sure to join the Discord. Peace.